my sublimation printer hopefully working again. Came with instructions in every single language. They all look really good, except there's like one teeny tiny line on the black. Oh no, where's the handle? I'm so nervous to do this because I haven't done it in so long. But now I need to plug in the heat press. I am so stoked right now. Hey guys, welcome to another video. It is currently Tuesday, March 28th, and I'm in the office. Oliver's sleeping, my husband's sleeping because he has night shift. We are getting things ready. I'm doing some graphic design for a customer. I have some other client work I need to do later this afternoon. I wanted to get my sublimation printer hopefully working again. If you don't know, I moved from Oregon to Kansas last year, and I finally was able to get all of my business stuff into Kansas. I had to leave it behind, kind of a thing. Go watch the rest of the videos, you'll figure it out. The sublimation printer, before I moved it, tried to flush all the ink out. Wasn't sure if I needed to. I thought maybe I should, because it shouldn't sit unplugged for very long because of its maintenance cycle. This is the first time I'm turning it on. I mean, it's been on since I've been here. It's been plugged in, but it hasn't been going through its regular maintenance cycles because 2 of the inks are out, 2 of them are almost out, and the waste collection unit is pretty much full. So I have a brand new waste collection unit and I have some new ink. So let's put it in, see if we can make it work. Came with instructions in every single language. So this says, take the collector unit out of the box, open the right front cover, wait at least 5 seconds, and then remove the full ink unit from the machine. Put the used ink collector into the supplied plastic bag, insert the new ink collector unit, slide the ink collector unit carefully into the machine until you hear it click, and then close the right front cover. Here's the supplied bag. Here we go. I think I'm supposed to keep a hold of it and not tilt it. Okay. I don't have a twist tie, so I'm just gonna have to try and tie a knot as best as I can. So far, so good. Unwrap this. Do not touch the chip part. So now it just says, replace used ink, black and cyan. Required soon, magenta and yellow. So, we're gonna do the same thing with these. Before I pop them all out, let's open these. Okay, moment of truth. Loading ink, first time. Wait and do not touch. Just gonna wait until it stops talking. Oh, it's not done yet. This could take a minute. Oh, so now it says it's ready. All the ink is full. The waste unit is empty. They're all at 100%, and the ink's at 0. Okay, we might be good to go. So I'm gonna open the print manager software, open the printer utilities. So we're going to print a nozzle check just to test and make sure all the nozzles are good. And if that is not good, then we'll do a head clean, see if that's good. If that comes out okay, then we'll do a primary chart and do a test print. They all look really good, except there's like one teeny tiny line on the black. Isn't great, but I think that's just, it just needs to print. So I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know if you can see this, but down on the bottom of the black, this column right here, right at the bottom, see this right there, it just kind of looks like there's a little spot there, but honestly the rest of them look really good, so I am beyond surprised. So I'm not gonna worry about a head clean right now. I'm just gonna print something. We're gonna print something, and maybe we'll even do a tumbler. Should we test a tumbler out? I kind of want to test a tumbler. I haven't done this in such a long time, I don't even remember what to do. So I'm gonna pull up my template, and then I'm going to actually not use one of my designs. I'm actually going to use one of Claire's designs from Musically Minted to see if I can make a tumbler work, because I want to surprise her. I think that would be so much fun. We usually meet or talk almost every single day. We had a meeting last night, and our next meeting isn't scheduled until Thursday, but I have a feeling we're going to be talking more than that anyway. So I'm trying to remember where I keep the template. So Sublimation Designs, Sublimation Templates. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to place one of Claire's designs into the document. One of my problems is I have an external hard drive to keep all of my files on instead of keeping it on the computer, but sometimes I also keep things in my iCloud drive. I feel like it's safer there. I can access it from any computer and my phone. So I really need to clean all of it up and make sure that I have the same files in the same places, because right now I kind of have my client files spread between my external hard drive and my iCloud drive. It gets kind of confusing where I put things. All right, I feel like the elementary music. Okay, so literally I'm just putting it into Illustrator as a pattern. I'm going to drag it up into the patterns, and then I'm going to fill this rectangle with that pattern. Except I don't like it. I want it to be bigger. So here's the thing, the top and the bottom of the tumbler don't matter. What matters are the sides, and I really want to try and get the sides to line up so it's a seamless pattern. I'm going to put some sublimation printer paper in there and print it out. All right, so I have sublimation paper. Again, I haven't done this in such a long time. It's just going to be a lot of trial and error all over again. So this is the Text Print Heavy DTR. I'm pretty sure this is what I was using. I'm gonna chop this up and see what happens. Oh no, where's the handle? You guys, there's supposed to be a handle here. I always put it back. At least my ruler's still here, because I do need that, but I'm sure it's in a box somewhere. It's gotta be. It's gotta be in a box somewhere. So this paper is currently, I believe, 11 by 17. I need to cut it long ways at 8.5. Let's go put one in the printer and print this design out. Let's print. All right, so the substrate is metal because it is a metal skinny tumbler, stainless steel. The paper we're using, technically we're using the text print, but I'm gonna keep it on the TruePix Classic, I think. Mirroring the design is important to keep it looking exactly how you have it on here, because it prints backwards, and then when you heat it onto the skinny tumbler, it will be the correct way. We want high print quality. Oh, we could do advanced photo too. I'm gonna try high quality first. We're in tray 1. The layout is preserved from the designer, so it's just, it is what it is, 8.5 by 11. Jobs, we're just gonna print 1. Photographic color or vivid. I don't think there's much of a difference. I'm gonna stick with photographic, and that's it. So now I'm gonna print. All right, now it might take a second for it to come over, but the light should flash when it's receiving. And it is on the opposite side of the room from the computer, so it might take a minute. Oh, there it goes. Uh-oh. It looks so light, but that's normal. The print usually looks really light. So again, I'm kind of having to like learn all of this over again, but it does look really good actually. I'm kind of excited and impressed. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop off one of the edges and get it wrapped on the tumbler. Actually, I don't want to put any fingerprints on this, but I have to take the lid off, so let's put this bag back on. So I can take the lid off, and then I'm gonna have to cut around this, and I have to turn on the heat press, but it's not plugged in yet, so I need to do that too. First, I'm gonna chop off this edge. Trick is you want to get as close to the design as possible. I'm so nervous to do this because I haven't done it in so long. But now I need to plug in the heat press. Okay, now the other thing is I need to remember the heat at which it needs to cook. (356 degrees Fahrenheit) for 60 seconds. I'm just gonna set it at that for now. It's 160 seconds, but it's easier to know what the number is because then I can just stop it at 100 seconds. Okay, oh my gosh, here we go. And we are doing sublimation test run number 1. So there's gonna be a white gap. Just wanna make sure it's, oh yeah. See, it's too long. It's gonna have a funny seam. But you know what? It's fine. And then we'll just put the tape on. The problem that I'm still kind of working around is the bottom part, because I want it to look nice down there, but that can sometimes be troublesome because then you get these like lines on it. That's what the bottom looks like so far. I'm not gonna worry about the top. We're just gonna go for it. Okay, wish us luck. Halfway through, I'm going to turn it, and then I'm gonna do the edges. I hope my smoke alarm doesn't go off. But I want to open the tumbler and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, literally. Okay, that part for sure, the seam needs work. But yeah, some of it got pressed better than others, which I knew it would. I should have done the top as much as I did the bottom. It's a slight bit of ghosting, but honestly, you guys, it came out a lot better than I expected. This is where the seam is. So I do need to do a little bit of work to get the seam closer to where you can't tell. Like I'll probably take out this one, take out that one, and just move some stuff around, and I think I want to print it farther down the bottom and probably farther up the top as well. But oh my gosh, she's gonna freak out when she sees this. I am so stoked right now because it actually worked. The printer's fine, the ink is fine, it looks amazing. Except for like my portion of it, which is just moving the design around. It looks so stinking good. That is such a relief. I was so nervous so I'm just gonna do a quick story time recap about why I was so nervous. It's kind of a longer story. Longer than it probably should be, but it is what it is. I was doing markets full-time in 2021 and at the beginning of 2022. So I was using it a lot, doing a lot of sublimated products, mugs, stuff like that, tumblers. And then in July, my husband and I decided that we were going to completely change our lifestyle and move to Kansas from Oregon. So we moved. But we left everything behind. I left all of my business stuff. We left any kitchen stuff, furniture, memories, photos. We left everything. We only took our clothes and a few essentials with us. We got to Kansas in August. We lived with my husband's mother for 2 months, moved into our own place in October. And then fast forward to just a few weeks ago, at the beginning of March, my husband, my son, and I flew back to Oregon, packed up all of our stuff, put it on a moving truck, and had the moving truck bring it to Kansas. We did not drive it. We flew there, did the work, flew back. So a week after we got home, not even a week, it was less than that, the moving truck dropped our stuff off, and I'm in my brand new office in Kansas, trying to get everything back up and running. And I am so excited about what this means for us and what it could mean for me, and just getting my business back, doing what I love to do. This is so exciting. I am like riding cloud 9 right now. And the only reason that this is possible is my grandma, who literally just texted me. She is the reason why this has even happened. We had always planned on getting our stuff back in the spring after we moved, but we weren't sure how we were going to fund it because a moving truck is expensive, especially halfway across the country. And my grandma knows how much this business means to me and how much I missed it. And she paid for it. She paid to have our stuff, my business stuff, moved halfway across the country to where we are here in Kansas. And I just cannot express how much that means to me and the support that she's given me. And I know I'm very privileged and I'm very lucky, and I'm all the things. I'm very grateful that I have somebody that believes in me so much that would put that much of an investment into it. And even more so now than before, I have more passion. I have more, I don't say more of a reason, but I don't know how else to word it. I just have this insane drive to really make sure that it takes off again. I did really well when I was doing online only in 2020. And then in 2021, I started doing markets. So my priorities shifted from online to marketplace. But now that I've done the market scene, I don't want to do that anymore. I do enjoy meeting people, and it's a great way to connect with people and network. But with my toddler and my other part-time job of being a business coach and a virtual assistant, I just don't have the time to do that. So I really think that getting back into the online space and selling primarily online is really what's going to help me propel myself this time going forward. But the fact that my printer, it was sitting for so long. So my mom was helping me with my business while it was still in Oregon. She would occasionally pack an order here or there when they trickled in, which was very rare. And I was going to teach her how to do cups and mugs and all that, but we never got that far. She did do the Cricut and she cut out some stickers, so kudos, Mom, love you, you did great. But we just never quite got to the point where I was showing her how to make the mugs and the tumblers. And so that sublimation printer was just sitting, like it was plugged in, and it would still cycle through and like push a little bit of ink out once in a while in its normal maintenance process. But if it was unplugged for a long period of time, that wasn't happening. And so that happened a few times, which isn't a big deal, apparently. I thought maybe it was going to be a much bigger deal than it actually was. So to get it here, to get new ink, a new waste collection unit, and see it actually working, it's such a relief, because that machine was expensive. It was a pretty penny, and I would hate to have it be ruined just because it was sitting idle for such a long time. But like literally it came out better than I could have expected it to. Again, it's just a test. I don't know if I'm going to send this one to Claire or not, because it's not to my level of satisfaction. It's still perfectly fine and cute. I need to edit the design more because it wrapped around way too far, which is fine. I might measure how far off it was and try and fix that a little bit, but so excited. So anyway, I'm gonna leave this here. This was just a short catch up to let you know how my sublimation printer was doing. I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot more content coming, more studio vlogs, more tutorials, all that good stuff. If there's something you want to see, leave me a comment, let me know what it is, and I'll try to get to it. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. It's so good.